Hey, Leagues 3 fans, hope you're doing well and enjoying Leagues 3 so far. There are a lot of changes that are going to be upcoming here on Wednesday, so that's why I wanted to make today's video and make it nice and short and quick, and just kind of browse over some of the more important ones that we should be looking forward to when it comes to Wednesday. Sorry if I sound still pretty sick. I am still sick. Leagues has been a little bit of a delay for me, and it's just getting kind of sucky, but it's what it is, and we're still plugging along, having fun. As you can see in the bottom of the left screen, we're going to be fishing in today's video, so that's pretty good. All right, moving into the Leagues 3 Shattered Relics issues and fixes page. This is on the front screen of the old school website. We're not going to go through every single one of these, but I do want to go into more important ones, one being this. We've seen your feedback regarding Fragment set effects that the activation requirements are slightly overtuned, and you'd like to access the power of these effects a little earlier into your Shattered Relics journey. I do like the updates, but earlier in the journey is just kind of interesting because everyone probably just rushing at and watching everyone else like solo mission and whatnot rush to the top, and they're like, well, why can't I use things? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it's 6 weeks, so I feel like we'll have plenty of time. And even on day one, I was able to, and I was sick. On day one, and I was able to play a little bit and still get ahead pretty decently well and have like access to a lot of the stuff. So it wasn't a huge deal. So here's where my thoughts come into play though. All right, so look at last recall here at the bottom. It takes 5 fragments to initially like make it work, per se, and we have 7 slots. So let's say I wanted to use something like fast metabolism if I'm really bad at the game, and I am, and I wanted to have a little bit better hit regen. I can't actually use it because I wouldn't have enough points. Some of these also have like 4 or 3 or maybe even 4 2 initial set amount of fragments needed, and those are getting lowered. So the 4s, which is the higher end of like Draken's Touch, is getting lowered to 3. And I feel like this is a good change. And the reason why I think it's a good change is because you're allowing everybody to actually utilize these bigger relics that you're wanting to shoot for and being able to pair them with things like you did in the last league, which was huge. And my thought here is personal banker and greedy gatherer. Like, I want to 100% bank everything like I'm doing right now at Karen Bonds, but then I also want to get like whatever the triple, I think it'd be the triple for a greedy gatherer 4 is getting triple the amount of fish. Like, that sounds great. And I'm totally down for that, but I can't do that right now because it costs 4 and we only have 7 slots. So I'd have to either only bank 50%, which isn't going to happen. So I'd be using a 4 for personal banker, and then greedy gatherer would be down to, I think, either the 3 or 2, whatever it is. So using the relics in that regard is going to be a lot more fun. We also do have to take into consideration that a lot of these have overlapping relics, so you can kind of overlap things a little better. So maybe even the synergy in that regard is going to be coming into effect, which will be pretty cool too. All right, I didn't want to take up too much time on that. Sorry about that. But this is the newest section they decided to put in today. It's called the Renown and Task Rebalancing. Feel free to pause the video and read this. We're about to log off. So pretty much the gist of this is most people are saying that everything's taking a little too extra long to level and plan and all this stuff. And then things are restricted way too much and they're too limited. Power levels aren't offered from fragments and they're taking too long to obtain, stuff like that. So they ended up coming up with a list of pretty much just cutting everything in half. So as you can see, everything that costs 10 Sages Renown is 5, and then of course 20 to 10 and 30 to 15. And it's making it a little bit more entry friendly for that because I mean, it is only 6 weeks. It's for fun. There's no prize of 50 grand at the end of this to make it a challenge. Otherwise, it is for fun. And I get that. But then there's also what's the sense of even having these things locked when it really doesn't take too long to get them unlocked. Like it maybe took me a few days to get the majority of what I wanted per se unlocked. And if I really just grinded 100% at all of the skills to get unlocked, it would have been pretty easy because there's so many tasks that are easy and mediums that are just more general. They don't even have to do with the skills. So I don't think that was the issue is like, oh, there's not enough content to do or it's too hard and whatnot. It's like there's actually a lot to do. You just have to like take a step back and see, okay, I can go and do these things. Maybe it was a little too difficult to understand how you could have maybe went and chopped a log even though you didn't have wood cutting unlocked. I don't know. This is an interesting one. It doesn't really affect me anymore because I've already gotten the majority of everything unlocked anyway. So it'll pretty much just allow me to have like herb lore and crafting and construction unlocked for free. So I guess that's not a big thing for me. And hopefully it does keep new players keep playing and whatnot. But I just hope it doesn't deter other people from like, okay, well then what was the point? So I don't think it will, because they'll have more to spend on all of the bosses. And here's the boss tab of what everything is. I do agree on a lot of these that they needed to get a little bit nerfed, and they did. So like Bryophyta, Hespori, Obor, and Scatizo, things that are incredibly easy to go and do, or 5 Sages Renown, which is great because now a lot of that is all RNG anyway. It's all RNG based. So why am I spending 10 Sages Renown on it when it's just RNG? I mean, the biggest one here is Chambers and Theater of Blood, knocked down to 35 Sages Renown from 100. That is huge. So again, I'm not going to be doing everything, but hey, maybe now I'm just going to go unlock Chambers and go and try to do some solo runs, even though I've never done it before. Maybe that's a good idea. And now I don't have to spend 100 Sages Renown. Maybe I feel like this was a good choice. So we'll see what people's opinions are on that. I think that can definitely open up a lot more fun opportunity. If we look at some of the task changes here, a lot of these were stupid, honestly. Like Alchemical Hydra, and the thing they didn't note here is something I'll also mention here. But like Alchemical Hydra, for instance, I was looking at this yesterday when I was making some stuff too, and it just kept going and going and going. There was like 8 things, and they're all elite tasks. So I was like, what's the point? Like, I don't want to go to 750 and there wasn't even 1,000 kill one for just an elite task. And I'm like, why aren't you spreading this out? Who was going through all of these tasks and saying they were doing vetting on this and they never actually vetted anything? Like it just didn't make any sense. So I'm thankful they finally vetted things, and hopefully they actually rebalanced it into different tiers. That is going to be huge if they did. And then finally we have different boss kills, it looks like. Yeah, like skilling bosses and stuff, or like just other simple things like farming contracts. Oh my gosh, artifact stealing. Hard to see, but there's a lot more linear kill paths, I guess you would say, for Wintertot. So it's like every like 25 instead of like massive milestones, because nobody wanted to go and do 1,000 kill task. And it's just like, nope, I'm good. I'm really happy they set back the farming contracts. That's actually really nice. So that's pretty much just the changes that should be coming on Wednesday. Again, I don't think this is any sort of finalized, but this will be pretty much what's going to happen. Let us know in the comments what you kind of think of this, because I guarantee it's going to be like back and forth on this is good or this is bad. Kind of heard some of my thoughts on it. Again, it's really not going to affect me because I really like the league. I think it's fun and I'm going to be excited to play it. So hopefully it'll still be a lot of fun. I'm excited to go do a lot of bossing and stuff just to get more practice for my group Ironman. So that's truly my goal, is to get more ready for my group Ironman. If you want to see more videos like this, definitely give a like and subscribe. You guys have been amazing doing that lately, and I thank you so much. We're going to keep up to date on anything that happens within league, and we'll hopefully see you around. Have a good one. Peace.